Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of Tea Time with Tommy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest here. Man needs no introduction. Independent professional wrestler LSG has come to join us there. And LSG, thank you for taking the time to come on our show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Love the setup. Very organized.
This is Zoom, the new generation, right? So, yeah. Let's get right into it, LSG. Here we go. First question is, what inspired you to become a professional wrestler?
So I was a huge wrestling fan as a kid. I think the first pay-per-view I saw was WrestleMania 17, which was, I know, huge for a lot of guys my age. And then, but I mean, I don't think wrestling was something I thought you could do as a job. And then later on, I discovered Ring of Honor. I actually went to a Ring of Honor show in my hometown in Edison, New Jersey. And that's when I kind of realized, wow, when I saw the independent wrestling, for myself, and I was right there close to the ring, it felt real to me. It finally felt like something you could actually attain. So I think that's the night I went was Final Battle 2005. And I think that's the night that I kind of realized that this is something that I could possibly do with my life.
Wow. Amazing.
That's incredible. In your young career so far, are there any particular matches that you considered memorable and had stood out to you the most?
Well, I guess with Ring of Honor, it's got to be some of the bigger matches with, guys like the Young Bucks, War Machine, the Briscoes. These are guys that I've looked up to most of my life. So getting to wrestle them at such a high level and on that stage was pretty memorable for me. Yeah.
Excellent.
So I know with your moveset, you go by the human rocket with high flying moves such as the 450 splash, corkscrew planchas. Tell us about your experience training to be able to pull off those moves and some of your inspiration for them.
It's funny. I never thought I would do high flying moves, but I guess I'm pretty athletic just in general. So I think once I got in the ring and I started getting a little more comfortable with myself and my limitations, I decided to just try things out. And at my school at the Monster Factory, we have a stunt pad, big crash pad. And it's easy to go practice those things. So it kind of just as a kid, I would mess around and do flips and stuff on the trampoline and all that when we backyard wrestled. But I didn't think I was going to do that in a real ring. So when I got to the Monster Factory and started actually practicing these things, it just kind of came naturally. So every once in a while I hit a 450 or hit the spiral tap. Some crazy stuff like that. A couple dives here and there. Not too much. I'm kind of scaling it back a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I never thought I was going to be doing high flying stuff, but I guess when I have to pull it out, I do.
Alice, that means you are an elite athlete if you're doing high flying stuff. So too humble. You're too humble.
Yeah.
So I've been I watched a lot of your interviews this past week, and I hear you used to be a New York Mets. You are a New York Mets fan. So I got a question. This is an interesting question. So if you had three athletes outside of professional wrestling right now,
Sure.
who could be in the professional wrestling industry, who would those three athletes be? And would one of them be from the New York Mets?
New York Mets? Oh,
The guy with the long hair. I think he'd be a good one.
Noah Syndergaard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there. He's got the body. He's got the physique for it. He's a big dude. Pete Alonso as well. He's also a big guy. He's our first base. A couple big guys on the Yankees too. Giancarlo Stanton. He's pretty big. Then there's other guys that are really, really good athletes. Man, I don't know. When I think of wrestling, what it takes to do what we do in the ring, I really look to basketball players because I think they're the best athletes in the world. And what's cool about basketball players too, they're front and center. Their faces are on the camera. Their use of the spotlight. I feel like, us as fans of sports, we see their faces, we see their facial expressions and things like that. So I think a lot of NBA players would really kick ass in pro wrestling.
Like, can you name a few? No, I'd say LeBron James, maybe.
LeBron's just a freak athlete. I think he'd excel at anything. I don't know about right now which guys, but I would have loved to see like Shaq actually have a wrestling career.
Oh yes,
that would have been interesting to see him like take a different path in his life and do wrestling, because we know he can talk. Charles Barkley too would have been that would have been hilarious.
good choice.
I remember Rodman got into WCW back in the
and Karl Malone.
Yeah, so there's a good example.
Yeah, there are a lot of good trash talkers right now in the NBA. So I mean, any of those guys would be good.
One more thing. Being from Toronto, me, NORBZ, and Sean, being Raptors fans. What about Kawhi Leonard? How do you think he would do?
Dude, he'd have to put a mask on. If they want to give him a robot gimmick, that's cool.
Good point.
That's awesome. Going back to your wrestling career, you've been a singles competitor and as well as part of a talented tag team in your career. Which division do you see yourself competing going forward?
And for the immediate future, it's definitely as a singles competitor. I started off as a singles wrestler, went to Ring of Honor, did the whole tag thing. We just broke up in December, and I think it's just an opportunity for me to get back to what I was doing before, and just take everything I learned the last, it's like 4 to 5 years now with Ring of Honor, and just elevate myself. There's so many good guys on that roster, and even in just the rest of the independents right now, that I want to test myself against. And anybody who knows me, any of these local promotions, especially in New Jersey, they know I can go with the best of them. So I'm excited to mix it up with some of these guys in Ring of Honor, especially guys like Bandito, guys like Ray Horace and Flamita, all these like luchadors that we have in now. I think it would be pretty exciting.
Nice, good choices.
I bet you probably want to get back on the road eventually when the time's right, but is there any specific wrestling venues that you really want to get back at performing, or venues that you haven't had the chance to perform at yet?
Right. I think a big one for me, just like I guess on a smaller scale, is the what's the heck's it called? House of Independence. That's where, if you guys are familiar with GCW in New Jersey, that's like that's their home base. And it's like 40 minutes from my house. I would love to get a chance to wrestle there eventually, because they have some hot shows. And then I guess maybe on a larger scale, I would love to, go to Japan. A lot of my friends have been there. A lot of my friends have wrestled at Kirkland Hall. So like that's on my bucket list. And I hope one day we can start traveling again and I can fulfill that dream.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing all that with us, LSG. So as you know, with all of our wrestling guests here on our show, Tea Time, we always have a fun trivia at the end. So are you, LSG, ready for some Tea Time trivia? Now, there's a good thing here. You get 3 lifelines.
Okay.
So you can either get help from NORBZ or Sean with the lifeline. So don't worry, it's the 5 questions, 3 lifelines. I think you'll get perfect.
Okay.
Let's go here. Tea Time with trivia with LSG. Question number 1. Who was Sean Waltman known as before he became X-Pac? X-Pac. Who was he known as? You got the 3 lifelines? So before... Oh, jeez, okay.
Nailed that.
Nailed it.
3 seconds, and it only took him 3 seconds.
I always try to make it easy the first one, and then boom, the tough ones are going to be coming. But great job, LSD. Question number 2. Who did Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat to win King of the Ring in 1996? Remember he made that famous 316 speech? You got lifelines. Oh.
Bret Hart?
No, it was unfortunately Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh.
But it's all good.
All
Got
good.
3.
You throw tomatoes at No.
No, that was a hard question.
What's the question?
That was a hard question.
They had a lot of matches,
Like-
Hart
like-
and Austin, so that was a pretty good answer, though.
That was a good one, yeah, because he had that rivalry with Bret Hart, which was tremendous back in the day. All right, here we go. Question number 3. A little toughie here. What was The Rock's first movie? The Rock's.
Okay. I want to say it was The Mummy Returns.
Wow,
Excellent.
that is right. Wow.
Introduction to the Scorpion King.
Yes, great job, LSG. Man, that's a tough question. That was probably the toughest.
Fantastic CGI.
Oh my good. Okay, you're on. That might have been the toughest one out of the 5. Good job. All right, so 2 for 3 for LSG. Great job. Question number 4. All right, here we go. This is for you, LSG. This is for you here. When was the last time the New York Mets won the World Series? What year?
You try to like make fun of me here? You're taking digs at me. This hurts, okay? Our team.
I'm sorry.
We suck this year.
They're coming back.
We're never gonna win one again.
You guys will.
It's 1986.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, I apologize. Yeah, they're gonna win. You guys are winning. I'm telling you. I'm calling it right now. It's happening this decade.
Miracle Mets are gonna
Listen.
come back soon enough.
Any consolation, we have a hockey team, Toronto Maple Leafs. We've never won in 40 years or 50 years, so it's
60s was more than 40.
1969 was the last time our hockey team won the Stanley Cup. So
1967.
here we go. Here's the last one. Question number 5, LSG, and once again you got the lifelines here. Who was Ronda Rousey's first WWE opponent? It was. Here's the hint. It was a tag team match.
Oh, okay. It was Stephanie and Triple H.
Oh, wow. You needed no lifelines whatsoever. And great 4 for 5. Great job.
I almost forgot that was her first one.
Wow.
I was like a couple in, but I forgot that was her first one.
Just for fun, do you know who her partner was?
That was Kurt Angle.
Wow. Okay. You know what? If you come back on the show again, I'm gonna have to step it up. That was too easy for you.
That was too easy. I'm not great at wrestling trivia. Honestly, I'm not.
That you are. Those are questions people can't answer. But LSG, great job again. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time coming on our show. Hope you had fun. We had fun. We really enjoyed it. Before you go though, would you like to give a shout out to the fans of how they can follow you on social media?
Definitely. So my handles are the same across the board on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It's Leon St. Giovanni, Leonst Giovanni. Just look up LSG, you'll find me. I've got some cool stuff coming up. Luckily, I live in an area where we're starting to run wrestling shows again. So I have one coming up August 22nd. That's with Wrestle Pro here in New Jersey. August 29th with Synergy Pro Wrestling. That's going to be on Fight TV. And then Wrestle Pro's heading to Alaska. So I'll be back in Alaska for two dates in September. I think that'll be streaming live too, probably Fight TV. So definitely keep an eye out for those. Follow Wrestle Pro on Twitter as well for all those updates.
Wow, absolutely. And guys, check this guy out. Up and comer, high flyer, LSG. And LSG, hang on, don't go anywhere yet. But ladies, everyone who is watching, thank you for joining us for another great episode of Tea Time with Tommy and LSG.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Be safe, everybody.